Welcome back to my 5 favorite people. Hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. Today we have a couple different things we got to go over. Number 1, I bought a new position. Number 2, I have a new spreadsheet. And then number 3, some things that we are going to be looking at as we are entering into the next week for the market. Today is Sunday, October 5th, so market is closed. We're going to jump into a couple different things, but if you guys like content like this, let's go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button so I know to make more content. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it because I've been talking too much. So, as you guys can see, here is the portfolio. Let me show you guys, share my screen. This is exactly how we're looking, nothing too crazy. If you watched the previous video, you guys can see we're a little bit under 30,000, which is looking great. We have to find another way to get $70,000 into this account before December 31st. It's going to be very challenging. Yes, it will be, but it's going to happen. Now, I'm not looking at margin balance. I'm looking at right here my total account balance. If I were to put margin balance, I'm a little bit under 40,000. At the current time recording, I can check really quick and go to investing and give you guys the exact 36,941. So that's the total account balance. $8,000 in margins being used, and we have $28,000 in equity. But if you guys have been in my previous videos, you've been keeping up the channel, you guys will see this is the spreadsheet that I have been using. You guys know this when I shared it with you guys. You guys can see exactly what everything's looking like. You know, you can see the current dividend income. You can see, okay, here's my share goal quality, all the different things. I found this new actual website, and this one is actually coming from a YouTuber. Her name is Grace. I don't know her full name, but it's Grace. Grace, if you're watching this, let me know in the comment section because I love this tracker. I don't think she made it. I think she just found it. It's called Div Tracker. And if you guys want it, all you guys simply do is just go into Google, open up a new tab, and search in Div Tracker. And it's going to pop up. It's literally just going to be Div Tracker. Click on that first link, and you guys will see. What you're going to do is once you guys load on, simply just search in. There's going to be an option. It's going to say either import your portfolio from Robinhood or swap, whatever you guys are, or it's going to tell you to manually do it. I recommend to manually do it. I'm not going to put my login information to my account balances, all that stuff into another website. I don't care how much I trust them. I'm not doing that. I'm simply not giving somebody keys to my account. So go through and actually import it manually. What you guys will do is you'll search each individual ticker. Like for example, if I want to search up ULTY, ULTY, I'll click on ULTY. And then there's going to be a button out here that says to add position. You guys can see here's my position. There's going to be an add position button. You'll click it. You'll enter in your actual share quantity and then your average price paid. And if you have drip on, go ahead and turn on drip. There's also a spot for taxes, which is amazing. But I want to show you some really cool things now. For this entire thing right here, it costs $1 a month or it is $20 a year. I went ahead and just bought it for $20 a year. I thought this thing is perfect. Like it has a lot of information that I'm actually not getting anywhere else. Like even on my tracker, I don't have a lot of information. Like I have a holdings, a distribution tab, a plan details when I want to buy something. But things that are on this right here are crazy. Let me show you guys, give you a little deep dive exactly what's on here. First off, you guys can see exactly how much I'm making monthly. Coming out to $3,400. Weekly, I'm making $804. Daily, I'm making $114. And I thought this was pretty cool. This thing goes all the way down to the hourly. Right now, hourly, I'm making $4.78. So we got to get that thing up to at least minimum wage. So we got to get that to at least $7 and what is Texas? $7.50, I think. Let me see. Texas min wage. I think $7.50 or $7.75, $7.25. So we gotta at least get this right here to $7.25. That'll go up to about $7,000. So I thought that was pretty cool, but it doesn't even stop there. There's so much more. So you can see the annual dividend income. I'm gonna try to go through this website one by one, but this is where it actually caught me. You come over here to the calendar. You guys can see. Don't worry about this, but you guys can see starting in October. I'm projected to do about $3,124. So far, I have received, you can see down here at the bottom, you can see green is declared, gray is like estimate. You can see exactly what I'm going to be receiving. ULTY, $1,500, QQQI, $8. CHPY, you guys can see that actually is a new position I actually bought onto, and I will tell you guys here soon why I bought into, how much I bought into, and I'm going to compare it a little bit to ULTY. But you guys can see $40.93 for CHPY, WPAY $247, TSYY $945, YBTC $110, YETH $100, and YieldMax $120. But look at this, it gets even better than this. You guys scroll down, you have a calendar that lets you know exactly when things are being released. Now, currently, right now, I don't have anything that's being paid out on a Monday. So I may get a HOOW, I'm pretty sure HOOW or HOOY, one of the two. They do pay out on Monday, so I may end up scrapping one of those. Only thing is that it's on a rip and tear right now. HOOW, like look at this. This thing is tearing through right now. I should have bought it. I should have bought Hui a long time ago. Like, man, let me just show you guys. Look at the year-to-date chart. Look at this thing. This thing is ripping. You want to talk about a growth weekly paying fund? Here you go, right here. I mean, if I would have bought in September, yeah, I would have been up right now. But I didn't, and I know I can sit here and say I can wait for it to pull back, and it could just keep shooting up to $100, or it could have a nice little pullback, you know, come back down to like that $75 range. Right around here, I may end up buying in. But yeah, that'll be a next buy, just a little information. But back to this screen. You guys can see, here is the calendar. You can see exactly when things are paying out. Like, for example, TSYY paid out $236. You can see exactly it shows here. WPAY pays out on the 1st for $49. It showed my ULTY payment. You guys can see everything is just, it's crazy. I love this thing. It shows each thing as a day it pays. ULTY, this is a dividend announcement. You can see X means the day that is announced. So ULTY, YieldMax, and CHPY was announced. And then on Friday, I got paid out for ULTY, YieldMax. I was not holding CHPY, but this is how much I would have actually made if I was holding it at that time. And you can see it even goes every single week and kind of shows you projected how much you would make. It's pretty cool. I think this is pretty cool. Now, this is my first day of using this, so there may be a little bugs, and also the market's closed, so you know all the stocks aren't up to date and stuff. But once it does, this thing could be a pretty cool powerhouse. Monthly average over here. Let's go over to the portfolio. You guys already know what the portfolio looks like. Market value is $37,965. If we compare that to our actual account portfolio in Robinhood, you can see $36,941 to $37. So it's like $1,000 off. But I want to say the only reason why it's $1,000 off is because I actually just picked up, if you guys want to see, I actually just picked up, actually this is the exact reason why it's $1,000 off. I picked up 20 shares of CHPY. You guys can see right here, 20 shares. It is a market buy, so once the market does open, I'll pick up 20 shares, and then 20 shares actually cost me right around $1,000. Yeah, so that's the exact reason why it is $1,000 off. Once that does open up, and this CHPY itself is a great weekly paying ETF from YieldMax or YieldMax. I'm going to show you guys a chart. Here's a year-to-date chart. It's actually looking very good. Now, they are a weekly paying ETF, and the thing is, you know, they have their distribution that get taken out, but the thing is they're holding their NAV very well, and it's actually long term. This thing is looking pretty healthy. I actually did a little bit of research. I forget you guys' name, but somebody in the comment section, I'm gonna have to put you guys' name on here. Somebody in the comment section, you were like, hey, you need to check out CHPY. It's been a very high performing ETF, and it's doing well. Like, it's holding its NAV, it's paying out very steadily. Like, I was like, okay, you know, I've heard of CHPY, but I've just never taken a look at it. So I ended up taking a look, and I did some research. I looked at the website, looked at the dividends, been holding very well. I looked at the chart, and I was like, oh my gosh, like the NAV is holding very well. And I'm just like, this is perfect. Because as you guys know, income ETFs are very new. Like, yes, there were a couple different income ETFs like a while ago, like years ago. But, you know, YieldMax, Roundhill, all the different Granite shares, all those different ETFs, they're new. Like this one right here came out, inception date was like in April. So there's not much data for us to backtrack and look at, but this is the reason why I bought into CHPY, because I do think this could be a very nice long-term actual weekly paying ETF. Now, I know a lot of people like to give hate on ULTY, and that's why I want to bring in ULTY. The way that these two compare are a little different. Now, I know it's like more of like a growth side. We don't really look at weekly paying ETFs like growth-wise, but CHPY could be seen as a growth income ETF with a pretty steady paying dividend. If I were to pull up the actual dividend for CHPY dividends, I'll actually show you guys. It's been paying out pretty steadily. I always come over here to stock analysis. It breaks it down for me over here. I think the yield's about 17% or 10%, whatever. Right here. So you guys can see it's been holding pretty steady. 10. Is this the right one? Am I on the right thing? Oh, no, this is CHPY, because I swear CHPY was 17%. There we go, 17%. There we go. Okay, here it is. 40, 41, 42, 38. You guys can see it's been holding pretty steady in the dividends. Like, even back time, like 36, this thing has been holding very strong. Has a 17% dividend yield on there. Overall, CHPY is a great investment. Nothing I say financial advice, keep that in mind. But long term, this is looking great. That's why I bought into it. I'll definitely be adding more into this. I can actually look at this thing as more of like an anchor. Like those days when ULTY is performing pretty bad. Now, this is YieldMax, so that means at the same time, whenever ULTY gets paid out and the dividend gets announced, CHPY's dividends are going to get announced as well, and YieldMax. So that means everything's going to kind of just crumble a little bit for those 2 days, but then it'll pick back up. But as we see on the chart, it's definitely holding very strong. So that's that. We'll get back into a little more of that. Let's hop back into the div tracker because this thing is actually amazing. Here is the portfolio. As you guys can see, this is everything I'm holding currently. $18,000 into ULTY, $8,500 into TSYY. You can see these are the actual portfolio allocations. WPAY I have about 8%, $3,000. YBTC from Round Hill, $2,400. YieldMax I'm holding $2,000. YETH $1,400, 3% of my portfolio. CHPY just picked up for 3%, and then QQQI, which is probably one of the safest funds that I have in my portfolio, I have the lowest amount, $755. Yeah, I know my portfolio needs a little workaround and some working, but hey, at the end of the day, the portfolio is looking great. You know, overall total return, don't look at this right here. We are in the green if you include dividends, because if we actually go back to our original tracker, you guys will see our total return after dividends is positive, which that's what we love to see. We have a positive return of investment, and as long as we have positive return of investment, we're doing well. But this stuff is pretty cool. You guys can see down here at the bottom, you can do portfolio horizons. Like I can go through here and change. Like if I want to change for, let's say I want to like add in, this is not my, sorry, I'm like everywhere. If I want to go through and like do a portfolio thing for ULTY, I'll click on this, scroll to the bottom. Let's say I change this right here to 0 because the stock's not going to grow. And for some reason, it doesn't let you put in a negative. I want to put in like a negative, but I just put in 0, annual dividend growth 5%, annual contribution $10,000. I have drip on. You guys can see if it stayed the same, $10,000 every single year, my holding value would increase. You can see dividends received. It just increases, and this is by years. You can see the share goal just keeps increasing, doubling. You can see over time it starts to compound right around about here. You start to see that big old compounding effect. You can see how it goes from 3 to 5. Down here, it goes from 9 to 13. It goes from 9 to 13. This thing starts jumping. But you can see over the next 20 years, if I just stayed the same, it's a little off because it doesn't have like the negative portfolio or the negative share price value. And, you know, but just if you were to say hypothetically, you know, I could have portfolio value about $17 million just holding from ULTY. But you guys can go around and play around with this stuff. I just think it's pretty cool. Now, I haven't even deep dived into a lot of this stuff. There's some things you guys can see. Annual dividend. Down here, you can see the yield. There's a lot of things. There's a chart on here. Total gain, portfolio, daily gain. There's a lot. I'm brand new to it, you guys. I have not even looked at all this stuff. So as you guys can see, I'm looking at it with you. The annual dividend yield right here, quarterly, how much I'm making, monthly. I'm making $62 daily from ULTY itself. So this is pretty much where all my money's coming from on the hourly chart. $2.60 what I'm making on the hourly from this. There's news over here. Look at that. It even keeps up with news. This is pretty cool. So I'll definitely, it even has 24/7 and Seeking Alpha. Okay, this is pretty cool. Yeah, but this is what I found this out. I want to share this with you guys. You can see the overall value. There's a couple things on here. Just scrolling through so you guys can see everything it has. You can put a dividend income goal. You guys know my income goal is $125,000. Right now we're at $41,000. So if you invest $75,000 at your portfolio's current yield, you will reach your goal. So I need a way to actually. This is the goal. As you guys know, I just said I want to hit $100,000. My portfolio is sitting at like $26,000. $75,000 like $100,000 portfolio. Boom, we got $125,000 in yearly income. So yeah, that's the goal. But that is the new thing I want to show you guys, a dividend tracker. Now back to the actual Robinhood portfolio. Like I showed you guys, I did pick up CHPY. The ETF's been looking very well. Here is the dividends, like I was showing you guys. Go through a little more. It is weekly paying, so that was September 25th, October 2nd, 40, 41. It's been paying very steadily. Comparing this thing to ULTY though, this is where it gets a little spicy. Because I know a lot of people don't like hearing comparisons, but hey, guess what? I'm going to keep it real with you guys because no one else keeps it real with you guys on YouTube. So, like I showed you guys, here's a year-to-date chart. You can see overall since April, and keep in mind, this is whenever tariffs were out. So April was never tariff drama was happening. This thing, it dropped at the perfect time, and it's been shooting up, and it's been doing well. If we take a look at ULTY, let's look at ULTY. Go to year-to-date. You guys can see the chart looks absolutely destroyed. Now, keep in mind, we take in account that all the way back here until April, ULTY had a different dividend strategy. Now we switched over to the weekly paying strategy, and yeah, the NAV's been kind of stable. It's kind of held. It's fell down a little bit, but hey, it's been holding. But the difference between the two, and I don't want you guys to get this confused, ULTY is going to be a lot more riskier, but it's going to pay out more heftier. Now, CHPY, it's going to be a lot less riskier. It's going to be a lot more stable, a little growth focused with a little bit of income inside of there. But you're not going to have those astronomical payments like ULTY's paying. Now, I know a lot of us weekly paying ETF people, we love to gamble with our money a little bit. We love to see a little dopamine rush from getting our weekly payments coming in. And that's what ULTY's for. I personally think ULTY will be here for the long term. I think if we can find a way to stabilize that NAV a little bit, if that means dropping from that 80% yield down to like a 60, I'm all for it. Let's get that stable income coming in so I can look at this thing and say, hey, I know ULTY will be around 5-10 years from now, so I can go and dump the truck on it. But we simply don't know. These funds have not been around long enough for us to simply know this. Like you guys can see, it just hasn't been around long enough. And if we look at the chart, down 50% in the 1 year, the year to date it's down 60. What? Oh, I thought it was down 60. It's down 39%. I love ULTY. Get me wrong. I'm not selling ULTY. I hold $18,000 in ULTY. I'm not selling it. I don't want you guys to think I'm hating on ULTY or anything like that. I love ULTY. I'm just telling you guys the reason why I did pick up CHPY is because it has a nice long-term, in my opinion, in the long term, the way I'm looking at this, it's a hold for me. And it's been paying out pretty steadily for its dividends. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the update. You guys can see this is the main thing I want to show you guys. It wasn't pretty much a long video. There wasn't much information, no news today. Portfolio outlook though for the upcoming month upcoming week for October 6th as the market does open back up again. I don't think I will be doing any buys next week at all. I'll just let the income roll on in. I will probably end up bringing down my margin. My margin right now is sitting at 8,168. This will actually go up because I actually just put in that $1,500 buy for CHPY. So this will probably go up to about $9,600, $700. I'll probably do a little margin balance drop down to right around like $6,000 to $5,000. As we are coming close to like a third of this month being over. Probably around like the 10th, I'll probably go ahead and do that whenever I get a little more income coming in. But besides that, I don't plan on buying anything new. I'll just keep you guys updated. We will do a couple different videos because I want to do a video going over 14 days of holding YE, 14 days of holding YBTC. Those are funds that nobody really talks about. I know they're a little more crypto exposure side. They're not following the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. They're more crypto side of things. But I want to do a video and, open up people's eyes to show, hey, these things can actually produce us some money. These things are not so scary. Bitcoin itself is not so scary. I know a lot of older people, they get a little scared when it comes to crypto. I understand. But my thing is that I just want to open up you guys' eyes and just show you what I'm investing in, the reason why I'm investing in it, and then just show you guys everything's going to be okay. As long as you guys are investing your money, you're not letting it get eaten up by inflation, you are doing the right thing. Even if you're just in plain old growth, VOO growth funds, you're doing better than 99%. So keep that in mind. Let me go ahead and close out the application. Like I said, this wasn't going to be a long video. I kept it less than 20 minutes, so I wouldn't keep you guys today. My old Cowboys did win. Go Cowboys. I told you guys it's going to be a great win. There was a couple different people that posted in the comment section. We had someone from Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay actually did just win because at the very end there was an interception thrown by the Seahawks. And I think you guys actually ended up running the clock out. That was good. Let's see what else we had today. Eagles lost. There was an Eagles fan in here. Eagles actually lost to the Broncos. Good. You guys know I like the Eagles. I like Saquon Barkley. I like Jalen Hurts. But, they are in the same division as the Cowboys. So, I gotta have my sides. Who else we saw? Baltimore lost. The Panthers won. Actually, the Panthers beat. I didn't really care about either team, but the Panthers beat the Dolphins. The Cowboys play the Panthers next week. The only reason why I'm saying that. But overall, it was a really great week in college football. You know, Texas lost. Great week in college football, you know. But that's going to be it for the video. I'll be here tomorrow whenever market opens up. We'll see how the market's looking, see if we're in more of that bullish upwards trend. We are in a bull market itself, but we'll see if we continue in that upright direction, if we go sideways, or if we take a down, sloping downwards and have a nice little red day. But whatever it is, I will catch you guys here soon. Hopefully you guys stay safe. Let me know in the comment section what you guys are buying and what you're thinking about buying. See you guys here soon.